Did you know that right now there might be a mystery man living in your house? Or that your child might be doing things at night that would make even an exorcist uncomfortable? Security cameras and CCTV uncover many interesting oddities, and some of them are worth seeing. This is Infinity, and today I'll show you the strangest things caught on security cameras and CCTV. They say you can run into a whole bunch of ghosts in museums. I don't know if this is true, but the following footage suggests that it's possible. The footage was taken by a surveillance camera at Daugavpils Museum of Regional History and Arts, which is located in the Latvian city of Daugavpils. At night, in one of the rooms of the museums, small objects of incomprehensible origin, which emit a glow, fly by. One of the objects appears from nowhere, floats past the camera, and flies upwards towards the ceiling, where it hides. It can't be image artifacts in the footage or videotape, because even the security guard on duty at night claims to have heard some noise at the same time the objects were flying around in the room. In addition, one of the employees of the museum admitted that in some halls and rooms in the museum, there's paranormal activity to which many employees are already accustomed. This footage was recorded at a train station in China in 2010 at 10:37 p.m. The strange thing about this footage is that no train was supposed to be passing through at the time, which greatly surprised and frightened the security guards watching the footage.
Damn!
At 10:37 p.m., a transparent train appears on the platform, stays for a while, then leaves. Strange, isn't it? The station workers assure that there really was no train there, but what did the surveillance camera record then? The station workers say it could be a ghost of a train which derailed about 40 years ago, taking many lives. I don't know if this is true, but the footage in any case looks strange and creepy. Many parents install security cameras in children's rooms. This way you can keep track of what the baby's doing at night and during the day. The parents of this child were also concerned about installing a camera in the nursery. But I'm sure that when they watched the footage, this is not what they were expecting to see. In the footage, we see the child climbing out of his crib at night, getting up on it and started growling and screaming with his hands up. At one point, he can even be heard calling out for his mother, but the mother clearly doesn't hear him. After a while, the child's strength gave out and he fell back into the crib, where he began sobbing. It looked very strange and creepy. It was as if a demon had possessed the child. Could he really be possessed? What do you think? In the surveillance footage, which was taken back in 2010, we see a girl dancing in a hall with mirrors. In general, nothing unusual is happening. Everything goes as it should. At one point, the girl decides to rest and takes a seat near the mirror. Everything goes fine until one of the dancer's reflections takes on a life of its own. Notice how it first turns around, looks at the girl, and then stands up. At the same time, the other reflections behave normally. Very strange and creepy, isn't it? Do you think this video is just an elaborate fake, or does it prove that our reflections are not what we think? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd be interested to read. And keep watching, because further, there are many more unusual and strange things caught on security cameras and CCTV, which are definitely worth seeing. Let's move on.
Yeah, there you go.
If you've started noticing strange things starting to happen in your home, it's probably a good idea to install some security cameras. They can help you to understand what's going on, like they helped Joe Cummings, a New York actor. Several years ago, he began to suspect that a woman, unknown to him, had been secretly living in his kitchen for a long time, hiding in a small storage box under the ceiling. When Joe installed a security camera, his fears were confirmed. At night, the woman would climb out of the hiding place, get food from the fridge, use the restroom, and then hide back in. And if Joe came into the kitchen in the middle of the night, she'd quickly hide behind furniture. The day after Joe watched the camera footage, he called the police, and the cops arrested the woman. This whole thing is very creepy. It's creepy to even think about the possibility of someone secretly living in our apartments. In April 2014, a very strange and scary situation occurred during a burglary in Houston, Texas. The man broke into the home of a married couple to rob them. However, he became distracted. CCTV footage from the home showed the burglar entering the nursery. Then he began watching the child sleep. The man stood still for several minutes and looked at the child. This behavior looks really strange and, most importantly, very creepy. Fortunately, he just stared at the child but didn't hurt him. But the child's parents were clearly shocked. It's hard to imagine how they felt watching this tape. By the way, as for the robbery itself, the man took only $60 from the house, as well as a laptop. Interestingly, he later left the laptop in the neighbor's yard, so it's not clear why he came to the house in the first place. For 60 bucks? Or just to look at the kid? Anyway, everything in this video and story is strange and creepy. The internet's full of strange and ridiculous robberies, and this is one of them. To be more precise, this isn't even a robbery, but only an attempted one. This is footage taken by surveillance cameras in a Polish store. Shortly before closing time, an armed robber in ski mask enters the store. He walks up to the cash register and starts threatening with a gun, demanding money. It was clearly not the best moment for the robbery, as there was a cleaning lady standing near the cash register. She intimidated the robber with the mop and chased him away. Not only did he not steal the money, but he was also hit on the head with a mop. The guy clearly shouldn't engage in criminal activities, since he can't even cope with a cleaning lady. Some people like to rob grocery stores, but others like to steal something more unusual. For example, cats.
That's why I love Nestle Crunch.
It's hard to believe, but there really are people who want to steal cats from their owners for some reason. In this strange footage, taken by surveillance camera, we can see a woman who likes to steal furry cats. The mysterious stranger sneaks up on a furry animal that's been resting on the porch of a house and tries to grab it. She soon succeeds because the shocked cat doesn't even understand what's going on at all. Next, a car pulls up to the house with the driver waiting for the stealer to get inside with the animal. But the criminal's plan failed. While the woman was opening the door, the nimble cat escaped and then returned to the porch and continued to rest as if nothing had happened. Last year, a curious and strange incident took place in the Turkish city of Antalya. It was caught on surveillance cameras. A thief entered a local shooting range through a broken window. Soon, the criminal entered a large room, and a few seconds later, he abruptly ran back out. What was the reason? As it turned out, he was unaware that there was a large, full-wall mirror in the room. The thief saw his own reflection and thought there was a security guard in the shooting range. That's why he got so scared and quickly ran away. Surveillance camera footage shows the cowardly criminal fleeing with his accomplice, who's also wearing a hoodie. As they run away, both men turn around and disappear from view. An ordinary day, an ordinary situation on the road. Nothing surprising happens. But all of a sudden, a go-kart appears in the frame. It goes around the parked cars, and it becomes clear that the police cars chased the go-kart driver. One of the strangest chases I've ever seen. I thought you could only see this in GTA. In 2017, one of the funniest and strangest crimes ever took place in the American state of Maryland. A woman named Jessica Marie Cross stopped outside a McDonald's restaurant at 1 a.m. Finding the drive-thru window open, Jessica decided to take advantage of illegal self-service and tried to pour herself a drink through the window. However, that wasn't enough for the woman, so she decided to worm into the McDonald's. Cross stole a box of food and some Happy Meal toys from the restaurant. Her partner took them away. After that, Jessica took a purse with a significant amount of money. Law enforcement officials determined that $1,400 was missing. Police also reported that Jessica attempted to disable the video surveillance system and wipe her fingerprints. She spent about 30 minutes in the restaurant. Given that she was doing all of her business right in front of the cameras, it was no surprise she was caught and arrested very quickly. A few years ago, a video shot by a security camera in an Alaskan office was uploaded to the internet. In the footage, we see a receptionist sitting at the front desk, peacefully doing her job. At one point, a bald man in a black suit enters the office and walks up to the reception desk. He's talking to the girl, which makes her feel uncomfortable. At one point, the receptionist pulls a gun from her desk and points it at the man in black, but the man just raises his hand as if hypnotizing the girl. After a few seconds, she puts the gun on the counter, having previously removed the clip. And after a few seconds, she takes her things and leaves with the mystery guest. Everything about this video is strange. It's not clear who the man was, how he managed to subdue the girl and make him go with him, and what happened to the girl afterwards. It was as if she'd been recruited by men in black, who really exist.
And shine, Mr. Freeman. Rise and shine.
That's all, guys. What video from this episode surprised you and impressed you the most? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and see you later.